All right, now getting back to the Biden presidency and the host of Face the Nation, Margaret Brennan joins us now. Margaret, good evening. And we are seeing vaccine distribution now open up to more Americans, not just here in Florida, but in many other states. But still, some folks don't want to take it. Why not?
That is the big challenge, and we are going to press Dr. Fauci on what the administration's plan is to overcome that hesitation, because it is key to reaching herd immunity. And so they need to figure it out. What we saw was in January, according to CBS polling, a shift. The hesitation among black and brown Americans began to ebb, and it began to climb among self-identified Republicans age 65 and below. How do you reach that demographic? And in states like Alabama, West Virginia, in Arkansas, we've spoken to their governors and heard the accounts saying it is harder to convince people to overcome their hesitation about trusting the government, trusting the vaccine. We will press Dr. Fauci on what the plan is, the outreach here.
All right, and of course, the southern border crisis is still generating considerable attention. We saw Democrats and Republicans visiting today. So what's the latest on how the Biden administration is trying to address the increase in migrants at the border?
Well, it is more of a long-term strategy that we've heard something about from the administration in terms of pumping in more U.S. aid to try to help stabilize the source of some of these migrants, help to stabilize governments in Guatemala and Honduras and El Salvador. That Vice President Harris will try to lead some of those diplomatic efforts. But in terms of the immediate surge at the border, that is where the criticism is, the crisis is, the unaccompanied minors, 16,000 or more, are crowded into facilities. President Biden himself said he's not satisfied. In fact, it's not acceptable. But we haven't heard what the message is to stop that wave of humanity from continuing to flow in to the United States. And that is where Republicans have focused their criticism. On the messaging, a lot of the policy has remained the same as the Trump administration in terms of expelling families, but allowing unaccompanied minors to stay during the pandemic has been a change. And so we will dig into this. We will also speak to Congressman Cuellar of Texas. Laredo is his district. He's talking about his frustration, frankly. He says he's hearing more from the government of Mexico than he is from Washington. We'll ask him what he needs to see and hear more of. Jim?
All right, Margaret, thank you so much. Margaret Brennan, host of Face the Nation, thank you for joining us. And of course, join Margaret for her show, Face the Nation. As she mentioned, her guests this week include Dr. Anthony Fauci and Texas Congressman Henry Cuellar. That is Sunday morning at 10:30.